We've seen high winds, rain, sleet, hail, I guess lightning, that was yesterday, and snow.
Right, all yesterday. Mother Nature has reminded us that she can be complicated and sometimes unpredictable. In this week's Compute This, how to protect your computer against her mood swings.
Thor Schrock from Schrock Innovations returns. Good to see you, Thor.
You know, guys, only in Nebraska can we have all 4 seasons compressed into a 24-hour period.
I know. I liked Saturday a lot better than yesterday, and I know I'm not alone.
So this is really something simple that you can do to protect your computer, especially when you're talking about the weather.
You know, when it starts to get lightning and thundery, April showers bring May flowers and all that stuff, and we start getting into severe weather season, every year we talk about surge protectors, because that's when people think about surge protectors. You know, every time there's a lightning strike, I mean, for a computer repair company, that's like a cash register dinging, because we're already getting the emails about burnt power supplies, my computer won't turn on, what's going on with it. So I suspect, you know, today we're going to have to put in an order for a bunch of power supplies, because over the next week we're going to see, as computers reboot and then don't come back on, people aren't going to know that their power supplies got zapped. Not necessarily from lightning. Everyone thinks lightning is the big thing, but it's these microsurges that happen within your home, that you cause within your home, that are the real culprit.
So turning on an appliance, for example, when the lights sort of take a short dip and are back up, something like that can cause harm.
Or like when you run your air conditioner and your heater in the same day. You know,
Right, no kidding.
you know that.
Been there.
The power jumps up and down every time your air conditioner kicks on. Same thing. It's pulling power. Or if you ever pop a breaker and you flip that breaker back, that's a huge surge on the line. Or, you know, the other day I lost a power supply at my house. You know, I had a computer I didn't really care about. I didn't have it on any surge. It was just plugged right into the wall because I just did not care about this computer. It was doing some stupid thing, I don't even know what. Until of course it went down. Then I was like, oh man. Because they were working on the power in our neighborhood in Papillion, and 1,300 customers had power interruptions, about a dozen power interruptions in a day.
Wow, and that'll fry a computer.
Surge, it took a brand new power supply and zapped it in a day.
So talk about these surge protectors that you're talking about, because I've seen, you know, you can get a strip at whatever box store for like $12, right?
Yep, you can.
But this is something else that you're talking about.
Right, so the ones you buy for $12, basically surge protectors have different ratings. And the $10, $12 ones you get at the box stores are the lowest rated surge protectors. 400 to 600 joules of protection. They'll keep you through maybe one surge, and then after that, they become a glorified power strip. So you know, they don't turn off, they don't alert you in any way, and as a consequence, people who buy these, and a lot of people do, have them under the desk, and they don't know they're not protecting their stuff anymore. They think, oh, it's on a surge protector, it's fine, but the surge protector has been used up.
It doesn't heal.
No.
In other words.
No, surge protectors don't heal. A lot of people think that, you know, well, it'll recover. You know, if I push that little button on the side, it comes back on, right? That's a circuit breaker, just like in your basement. The surge protector, even if you buy one of the big battery backup surge protectors, that it's just the same surge protector with a giant battery strapped on the back. Over time, what happens is if you have a surge protector, like one of these, you know, cheapo ones from a box store, 600 joules of protection, you take a 400 joule surge, you have 200 joules of protection left. You take a 600 joule surge, and all of a sudden the first 200 get blocked and the rest go through.
So what's different about your surge protector at Schrock Innovations compared to this $12 jobby?
Well, you know, first thing is we recommend surge protectors that have a higher joule value because they'll last you longer. I mean, you'll get a better value for your dollar. I mean, you can buy a 600 joule one for, like you said, $12, or right now on special at Schrock, you can buy a 2,100 joule surge protector for $35. And it's going to last you a lot longer, but better yet, the ones that we sell are a little bit different, and we have to scrounge and hunt for these things. They're audible alert surge protectors. So when they can't protect you anymore, they chirp at you. So you know they're bad. So this weekend, we had 200 of them come in. We've sold through about 150 of them this weekend. A lot of them were on Sunday. When that lightning started coming, you know, it was like I had the radio show on Saturday and I warned about the storms coming, and then the radio show Sunday, I said, did you see what happened? You know, and it like put it all together.
And these surge protectors, they're not just for computers, because I've never lost a computer, but I've lost an amplifier. And so, I mean, you can use it from all kinds of electronics. What should you not plug directly into the wall when you're talking about electronics?
Any electronics that you don't want to have to replace. If you don't want to spend the money to replace it, you should have it on a surge protector. So if you have an iPod or an iPad charging station in your house, that should be on a surge protector. TVs, especially, never ceases to amaze me. A $500 computer has this, you know, normally a $50 surge protector on sale for $34 right now. And then the $4,000 4K big screen TV is just plugged into the wall. You know, that just never ceases to amaze me. But the bottom line is, how can you tell if they're bad? If the lights on your surge protector are flickering, it's time to replace it. If the light is dim, it's time to replace it. If it has a rocker switch and it's black in the middle, it's time to replace it. If it has metal on the body of the surge protector, it was made in the 80s, it's time to replace it.
Right.
If you have a layer of dust on it more than a 1/4 inch thick, it's time to replace it.
Yeah,
They're
you're
not- these
kidding,
things
but
aren't-
people keep them forever.
Oh, I'm not.
I
If
mean,
you,
know.
these are
if you don't
temporary-
remember when you bought it, I mean, it's
Right.
under the cord's nest, under the desk, you never think
Because
about
these
it.
are temporary devices. You
They
don't want
are.
to keep these forever.
Yeah.
You're putting them in the place of your electronics. You're putting them between your electronics and your power source. So when surges come through, it damages the surge strip and not your electronics. So by definition, the surge strip is taking punches for your equipment. And most of the time, these people say, "Oh, I've had this thing hooked into the wall for a year and it hasn't hurt it." The trouble is, it's every one of these little micro surges that come through take a little bit of life off and a little bit of life off. It's like smoking cigarettes. You're not going to die if you smoke one cigarette. But if you smoke a pack a day for 15 years, you're going to take some time off your life. You know, it's just kind of how the world works.
We have about a minute left. I'd love to show you this information again, and it's not that there's an end date for this sale. It's just while supplies last.
Yeah, we have
that
about
you can
50
save.
left.
Yeah, just $34.99 for these surge protectors. Great savings there. And we'll also show you the location information if you want to call the one nearest you. In less than a minute, if you can, this new email I got from Pinterest that said you better change your password because
Yeah.
there's this threat. What's going on with that?
All right, if you heard about this Heartbleed vulnerability, the internet, everything that's secure and safe on the internet, everything that handles a password is protected by a secure socket layer. Since secure socket layers were introduced way back in the beginning of the internet, there was a programmatic flaw in them that supposedly nobody knew about. And so that flaw would allow a bad guy to go to, say, your bank's website and literally download the list of usernames and passwords from the bank website, all of them. So, or from Pinterest, all the user accounts, or from Facebook, all the user accounts. And so, you know, there's no trace left behind if they do attack this. No one knows if anyone's exploited this before. There's rumors that the NSA may have been exploiting it. Bottom line is, if you have sites that have information that you want to protect, you're supposed to roll your passwords frequently anyway.
This is any site, any password.
Any site, any password. Just roll your passwords. You know, it's a great thing. Ask your kids to come up with a nonsense word, or your grandkids to come up with a nonsense word, and they'll be "Hubemalajiga,"
Right.
and you figure out how to spell it, and that's your new password.
Especially your banking passwords.
Yeah.
That's one
Especially,
thing that we're
yeah.
recommending.
Financial passwords.
Thor, thanks
especially.
for your time this morning.
Thank
Good to
you.
see
Thanks, guys.
Good to see
All right,
you.
there's a new TV show coming to tomorrow night to FX.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of buzz. It's called Fargo, and it's done kind of in the same spirit as the movie.
Yeah, how similar are the two? Stars Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman will join us coming up next.